This is the Transformers Generations Power of the Primes, Throne of the Primes. This set is an exclusive set or figure for the San Diego Comic-Con 2018. I wasn't able to go to the con, but I picked this whole set up at our Toys down at Green Hills, and I got it for a good price. And it's looking very, very nice. So this review is going to be more of like an unboxing and comparison video review, because we've already seen this particular mold with the Power of the Primes Optimus. So it's just going to be a comparison, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys the features that came with this particular figure. The throne, that scepter, look at that. Great artwork. The Scepter of Sparks, and I'd like to show all the primes that we've gotten with all the sets that have been released by Hasbro, and probably line them up. That's probably what the review is going to be, because the figure is just a repaint of Optimus in the Optimus Primal colors. So that's what we're going to do. So let's take it out of the box. Okay, just to give you a first look at what to expect. Okay. All right, so right there, wow, look at that. He looks great just like that. I mean, you could display this thing like this with a diorama at the back and it'll be fine. I mean, you don't really need to take it out of the packaging, but for all intents and purposes and for our discussion in this video, I'll have to remove all of these. So most of them are like twist ties, they're twines. You get a little bit of the plastic, and we'll have to remove all of that. It's gonna be a pain just to get rid of everything and then putting it back, but I'm pretty sure it'll be worth it. And as you can see, you can already see one prime here, two more primes here, and the 13th prime is hiding right there at the bottom. There's another prime, a gray prime right there. That is known, he's known simply as the 13th prime. You like this one, Danny? Yeah. Danny's with me now. He's helping me review. So let's get right to it. The set comes with a nice collector card, Power of the Primes right there, and it is Optimus. The Matrix of Leadership chooses Optimus Primal to be its next bearer. With the increased strength and wisdom bestowed upon him by the Matrix, Optimus Primal evolves to the Optimal Optimus and leads Cybertron into a new era, which coincides with what happened in Machinima's Power of the Primes cartoon. So if you watch the show, you probably know what this thing is talking about. And it also comes in a nice little colored instruction sheet. Well, almost colored. So yep, that's how the Scepter works. Here are the 12 primes, and they all have their descriptions. 13 primes, 12 primes right here, but we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, primes. Who is the 13th? Oh, here is the 13th prime. Oh, my bad. Prime was the one hiding at the back. The 13th prime is right here on the Scepter. The yellow prime, that is the 13th prime. This Prime is that gray prime right there I mentioned earlier. So we're going to take it out. We'll show you guys how it is. So yeah, okay. So this is the throne. We take out Primal, Optimus Primal, or Optimus as Optimus Primal. Very easy. I didn't bother taking out the throne and disassembling it, because this is as it is. My advice is you just cut through the twine and the twist and the ties, because you don't want to disassemble the throne, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to put it back together. But as it is, the throne looks great. It's a great display piece. You got this black plastic right here. Everything's made of cardboard, some clear plastic here, and a rotating disc to house all the primes. We'll get to that in a little while. So once you take him out, okay, he comes with the Scepter of Sparks. And the way this thing works is you can put some primes, up to 4 primes right here. And this is the 13th prime, and he pegs in, there are peg holes right there. You can peg in the feet, and you kind of just shoot that head in and just do it this way, that way. So yeah, it looks cool. You can hold it. There's no pegs, or I don't see it. Maybe he can. Okay, I think it tabs in right here onto his arm. It's supposed into his fist. He's supposed to hold it this way. All right, let me just. Okay, that way. That's how he should hold it, because in packaging he's holding it right here by the neck. So that's how he holds the Scepter of Sparks. And if you're not using any primes with it, this bottom part collapses right here and forms a nice looking scepter. But we don't want to do that, right? You want to charge it up and power it with different sets of primes. You can put up to 4 different primes. It doesn't do anything else. It's there. It's just an accessory. We'll go back to Optimus. I wanted to discuss this one, the turning disc of the primes, and you can only see up to 4 primes at a time. And as you can see, behind each of the slots, there is the corresponding insignia or logo of the prime that fits into it. And already we have stuck here. You can take it out if you want to. This is, who is this? This is Amalgamus Prime, the shapeshifter. Okay, and we finally get Amalgamus Prime. Okay, put him back right there. It's very easy. I took out the plastic ties. And then this one is Nexus Prime, or the Combiner Prime. Oh, sorry, turn that around. So, yep, Nexus Prime. It's a nice little bronze orange color. I really like it. So let's see if we can put all the primes in. Before we do that, maybe I should show you the other prime hiding. And it's a nice ratcheting, sort of twisting gimmick in this box. So if you try and disassemble this, you might ruin that whole gimmick. So I didn't do that. This is Primal Prime, Warrior of Light. I'll rotate that right here. So, and that's her insignia. It's sort of like a, yeah, Warrior of Light, Primal Prime. Okay. All right. So that one, first one is Solus Prime, the Weapons Forger. And you get Solus Prime from this figure, the Octo Punch figure. Is this, am I right? Yep, Solus Prime right there. Weapons Forger. I'm trying to do it one at a time so I don't have to talk about where the primes came from, so everybody has an easy time finding where the primes came from. So Solus Prime, we'll put her right in here. Okay, that's cool. The next one is very familiar because I've just reviewed this one. It's from Predaking. We get Onyx Prime, the Beast Prime, right there, from Predaking. So if you have the Predaking set, you'll be able to find Onyx Prime. The Beast Prime. Okay. Next one is from Skullgrin, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, is it the one? Yep, it's the kind of face. Liege Maximo, or the Trickster, kind of like Loki. So you get it, Liege Maximo, you get it from the Skullgrin Pretender. Okay. Liege Maximo. Trickster. All right, this one is well, you get it from this figure, and if I'm not mistaken, this one is Micronus. Power swap. Yeah, that's his power. Exchanges powers and he gets power. Micronus from the Microverse. So Micronus, if you read the IDW comic books. This one, very familiar, Alpha Trion, Infinite Knowledge, and you get it from Landmine. There. Alpha Trion, though the colors seem to be off. Alpha Trion is more of like the pink, maroon, and gray, and blue, but who knows, right? maybe he looked like that back in the day. All right, next one is, it should be Megatronus, right? Megatronus, the Dark Warrior, from this Pretender. Okay. Megatronus, the Fallen. Okay, Dark Warrior. Okay, right there. And then that one is Vector Prime, I think, the Time Traveler. From this Pretender, you get Vector Prime, Time Traveler. This is so cool. I love blue. All right, cool. And as mentioned earlier, we got Primal Prime, the Warrior of Light. The last two pieces are from, who's that? That should be Alchemist Prime. Alchemist Prime, or the Mystical Scientist, that you get from this Pretender. Alchemist Prime. And I like the fact that the insignias of each prime has to do something with their powers and abilities. So alchemy is like all those molecules or atoms or chemistry or something like that. All right. And finally, from the Bludgeon Pretender, we have, Bludgeon Pretender. All right, is that it? All right. We have Quintus Prime, or the Cedar of Life. Quintus Prime. Kind of looks like a crustacean. His insignia, that's that. All right, so that's all the primes, like a prime disc or a prime wheel. And I thought that was interesting. And this is probably how I'm going to store all the primes right now. And I'll just store the Pretender shells in a different bin. And yeah, it's a nice little gimmick that I hope, will not deteriorate. Hope this wheel doesn't, exactly deteriorate over time. And yeah, it's gonna suck if that happens. So, yep, very cool. All right. And here is the original, the first version of Optimus in the old orange and purple and gray and blue. So, looking very nice. If you're wondering, the helmet is removable. This is the, look at the crown, the Beast crown, or the Optimus crown. I thought it was pretty neat. Kind of, there's like a handle on top. All right, and it's the exact same mold. They did not remold anything. If you look at the head sculpts, they just look different because of the way the paint scheme just creates an illusion that it's bigger or smaller. This feels like it's smaller, this feels like it's bigger, but it's the exact same mold. And what a difference change of paint does to a figure. These are the same. The matrix inside, they're both clear. They have clear plastic in the middle. They just changed the colors. Okay, the gun, or the guns, the side guns. Take that out. All right. So this is the Optimus, and this is the Throne of Prime's gun. I like this one. It's got some sticker, black and silver. So yeah, basically the same mold. All right, and here they both are in their gorilla mode and small Optimus Primal robots transform. I'm not gonna show the skateboard or surfboard mode because it's just ridiculous, as well as the jet mode. We don't really need to see that. It's going to be more or less the same comparisons and differences in colors for the big ones. The big robots in jet mode and in beast mode will probably have the same differences or similarities, however you want to look at it. It's just interesting that the head sculpt on this one just looks so much different, even if it's exactly the same one, as it is repainted in this version. I'm actually liking this San Diego Comic-Con version more than the original. I didn't think I would like it as much, but just the change in colors is just making the mold pop compared to the original one. Okay, now interesting also to note that the small Optimus Primal robots, they've actually changed the colors. I thought they would just repack this one, but it's slightly different. As you can see, the silver on the head sculpt, this one is in a much, they changed the tone. It's a little bit darker than this one. This is brighter. Even in the silver on the crest looks to be brighter on this one. The same is true for the silver pieces. This one is like metallic silver. This one is just gray. They got the same sticker. The biceps are gray. Here it's sort of light gray, not dark gray. The legs seem to be the same. I don't think they changed anything. The hips are different though, darker here, lighter there, and as well as the whole hip pieces. So some slight differences in the Optimus Primal small robot mode. But all in all, just the difference in color, I thought I would not like, but I'm actually appreciating the mold more with the San Diego Comic-Con convention exclusive. And yeah, to the point I'm actually thinking of getting rid of this one. But no, I like this because it's toy accurate. We had an Optimal Optimus toy back in the day, which I never had, which I wanted to get when I was younger, but I couldn't get it. So yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think this mold, this new mold, this retake on this new mold, the repainted version, I think Hasbro did a wonderful, wonderful job. So some final thoughts on this set. Do you need to get it if you already have this one? Well, my answer is yes and no. No, if you just need one of the molds. I mean, you don't need a lot of them. If you're a big Optimus Primal fan or Optimal Optimus fan, I think you should get it. It's a wonderful repurpose of the mold. The new colors just make the mold pop. There's hardly any mold degradation on it. In fact, the legs actually were a little bit tight when you transform them. Very, very tight. And, you know, my biggest motivation to get this one was, apart from getting the throne and all that, I wanted to get the 4 extra primes, which will probably be repacked somewhere along the line for in other figures. But to get them all in one set and have a place to display all the primes in that rotating disc, it's not a perfect display, but it's a way to have all of them together as a Generations display piece. I thought that was amazing. That was enough for me. I picked this one up at our Toys and it set me back $90 to $100, which I thought was very reasonable, because if you pick it up at Comic-Con, you have it shipped all the way here to the Philippines, it's gonna probably cost more. So very, very happy with this set. The set is going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review, and until next time, thanks for watching.